Hey guys, Josh here with RedNeck GreenThumb. It's probably been 8 or 10 months. We've been out here a while in Alberta. The weather's finally cooling down. We're through the hot spell of the summer, so I figured I'd give you a tour of the animals, the greenhouse, the garden, just show you the farm in general. So let's get started. First things first, I guess I'll show you my cousin's goats. They've got a total of maybe 20 goats here, so let's go see if there's any kicking around in the barn. Got a couple in here. These are all males. Oh, we got one female. She's probably the only one in heat. Leave her alone, guys. You, go. Yeah. 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 We got another big guy like him kicking around. These are pretty much all his sons. There's a whole bunch more just over there. Here's some of my chickens. We got a bunch of roosters that we got to get rid of. Hey girls. There's a bunch more of the girls there. There's Dad. He's the father of most of these roosters kicking around here. Anyways, we're not going to go in there. It needs to be cleaned. I left that open by accident. Let's get these guys all back out there because they're not supposed to be in here. The hot wire is broken right now. Here's a trailer that we hauled in here after moving. We have an addition on the front, so it's doing us pretty good. I'm putting a fence in here for the dogs. It's going to go around the back also. Of course, being out here on the farm, I had to get back into some quail. Don't mind the mess. It doesn't take long for it to get dirty. So we got all my layers, and these are all babies. These are the meat birds. We got 29 of them in there. This is the chicken tractor that I built. It's 10 by 6, and I just pull it around the yard so that they can feed on fresh grass. They're hungry right now, so I'm not going to stick my finger in there because it's going to hurt. Next, we'll go to the greenhouse. It's folded over right now because we have an east wind, and that means that we're going to get a storm because the wind's coming from the east. So we have a bunch of canning tomatoes. These are all Romas over here. We have our kale. That's our curly kale. Our lacinato, or our dino kale. We got a row of it. And nothing else really come up that well in this greenhouse. I have a couple, what are these? These are mortgage lifters tomatoes. They're doing pretty good also, but I need to string them up to the top here. If you're wondering why I have rafters in here, it's because the storm absolutely destroyed this greenhouse probably about 3 times, so I got fed up and I just put some rafters in, and it seems to be working well. Onto the corn. The corn is growing nicely. We got a couple cobs here. The biggest cob is in the back over here, but that's my little block of corn I got. Then right here we have green zucchini. And over there we have yellow zucchini. they're coming up pretty good. I'm not complaining because everything else that I planted in the garden is pretty much dead. This is all that survived. There's a good cob right there. That one's going to be a good one. Probably the first one to be ready. I think this was an oddball kernel or seed that I planted because I was looking for my other variety of corn and I couldn't find them. So I think I planted them by accident, and these have a different color on them. So I think those are going to be a different variety, but that doesn't matter really. We'll see. We got the machine yard there. It's my cousin Corey's equipment. Got the dugout over there with another cabin. Got a bunch of bales. I think we got 12 bales off the field this year. My cousin Shane also planted a bunch of strawberries and a bunch of different kinds of berries in here. There's one right there. Let's grab it. I think this is a pine berry. I'm not absolutely sure, but they are delicious. This is Shane's greenhouse. He's got a bunch of corn growing, tomatoes, zucchinis. He's got a bunch of different melons and cucumbers growing in here. All of his lettuces and stuff have got covered. He's got more stuff growing over here. He's been pulling these and letting them ripen on the table. Lettuce is down there. He's got a volunteer sunflower that came up, so it's going to seed now also. But yeah, there's some amaranth and some this is some sweet potato. There's some lettuce that didn't get too covered over there. Anyways, moving on. This is Shane's berry patch. He's got some berries coming out here. This is actually the first one that I've tried. It's actually very tasty. So his little berry patch is doing pretty good. As I said, I'm building a fence for the dogs. I want to bury it and lay it over on its side so that Millie can't dig out. So that's why I trenched it in. Before we go to the garden, I just wanted to show you the new dugout, or the pond. We call them dugouts here in Alberta. Oh, there's a frog just jumped under there. There it goes. But yeah, me and the boy have been swimming in here, and it's been keeping us cool for all the hot weather that we've been getting. So that's a bonus. There's another dugout over there, but this one's been serving us all right. The old farmhouse that wasn't taken care of, it would have been livable if they would have fixed the roof, but they didn't. So that's a topic for another day. This is Shane's side of the garden. He's got some peas and beans and just a whole bunch of stuff here. I think those are beets. This is corn. He actually successfully had corn come up outside. I didn't. More beets. His little pack of kale. They're doing really well. Those were radishes, I believe. So yeah, this side of the garden's doing really good. On to my side of the garden, we have all my San Marzano tomatoes. So these are an indeterminate Roma. They're doing quite well. Oh, that one doesn't look very nice. Something's wrong with that one. I'm not sure what, but I'll figure it out later. So yeah, about 20 plants here. That's going to be good for sauce. These are subarctic determinants. They were developed in Alberta, so they're actually looking pretty good. I can't wait till they ripen up because they are supposed to be really good tomatoes. These are big boy tomatoes. These are black cherry tomatoes. And just a couple more kale plants. They look like they could use some water. Here's a couple more aromas. These are just field aromas. And they were put in the ground late, so they're a little bit smaller, but they look like they're starting to take off now. Here we have all my eggplants. They're still quite small. They were put in the ground also very late, but they seem to be doing very well. These are, oh, we got some right there, look at that. These are brandy wines. I believe they're indeterminate, so I'm gonna have to stake them, but they're doing pretty good right now. This was my little potato patch, but I covered it with too much mulch, so I only have 1, 2, 3. I only have a couple plants coming up, but that's all right. Here we have a little row of cabbages. They're starting to produce. That one's, yeah, they're starting to look a little better than they did. We have 2 different kinds. We have red that was put in really late, like these guys right here, and these are just Copenhagen market cabbages. Here's some Swiss chard. I've been enjoying this all year. It's actually been growing really well. So I put red Swiss chard and green Swiss chard. And they've been doing quite well. Here's some that I planted late. These are my peas that I'm gonna have to trellis up here eventually. I have the T-post right there, one right here. So I'm just gonna run one at that end and run strings along and let them grow up the strings. And here are some beans that I have planted also. So that's my beans and my peas. These right here, these are a couple bush beans, so we'll see how they take off. They seem to be doing all right, but I do need to get in and do some weeding. Here we have some turnip. My little row of turnip, because I love eating turnip. My wife's not a big fan, but I should get quite a few out of that one. There's another row right there of radishes. As I said, these all came in late because I didn't plant them till halfway through the summer. We have a bunch of random radishes popping up everywhere. But that's okay, because if they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. These are my, what are they called? These are my beets. I have a row of beets growing. And this is just a row of random lettuces. I have romaines in here. I have icebergs. This looks like a pak choy, I believe. That's just a small little spot there. And here is a mustard. Probably a brown or yellow mustard. Oh, I love those. They have some spice to them. They're really good. Up next, we got more radishes here. Like I said, I have to go through and weed. Got some lettuces right here. Some more lettuces there. A couple different kinds of lettuce, actually. Row stops right there. Let's give them a little taste. They look good. Yes, it is very good. Here, I believe I have, like I said, my all my squash in the garden aren't doing as good as the ones in the greenhouse. But I believe these are regular green zucchinis. These are yellow zucchinis. Also not doing very good. I stopped weeding, obviously, because I thought they were actually all dead, but looks like I got another one right here. These are all older than the ones that are in the greenhouse, so they're not doing very good at all. My kubacha, they're doing all right. Not many female flowers, but we still might get some success out of these. We'll have to see. So that's kubacha, and then here I have a couple acorn squash. 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks to be about it. It's not too exciting this year. I'll have to amend all this soil for next year because it was actually an extreme disappointment. The garden that I had last year was a really nice garden, and this kind of just put me to shame, this one. So after amending the soil for next year, I guess we'll see what kind of turnout we get. You can't wait for these tomatoes to be done. They're looking pretty good. There's a couple with some bug bites on them, but that is tolerable for me, at least. These vines are horrible. And then, like I said, we got these San Marzanos. These are the Italian famous Romas. They're looking like they're gonna do good. Anyways, thanks guys for coming on the little farm tour. Hopefully I'll get more videos out before the year's end. We'll get some canning videos, harvest videos, maybe some butcher videos, and other than that, thanks for watching. God bless and stay safe out there. We'll see you later.